What does it mean to have an authentic, brave brand? And what actually is an authentic, brave brand? So let's do a deep dive, right? Because the way we create brands is different from how other people do it. Because we're all different, right? Okay, so I'll show you exactly where your personal brand lives. So, why do you need a personal brand? Well, if you want to grow your impact and attract new clients and stand out and raise the love child that is your business, you need a personal brand. Maybe you've been reading books and watched videos, and maybe you work with a brand expert only to find out it didn't work for you. Because the result of all your hard work doesn't do what it's supposed to do. Grow your impact, guide the right clients to your door, and make money with it. So maybe your brand right now feels like wearing a way too tight, flashy outfit. It looks great on the outside, but it blocks your breath. So like that lovely red bra you fell in love with at the store, but you never wear it because it's so not boob friendly at all. So maybe your brand feels like scuba diving in a box of Lego. Every piece looks shiny and beautiful, but you have no idea how to click it all together and make your own Millennium Falcon out of it. Maybe your personal brand doesn't feel aligned. Maybe you are a deep thinker and you feel everything and you smell fake faster than those special Italian pigs that can find truffles. So if your brand is not 100% congruent and aligned with you, with who you really are, it won't work. It will never work. So maybe you don't have a clue how to really use your brand, or maybe your brand is just very bland and beige and thoroughly blah. Maybe, and this is in no way meant to shame you, right? Because you're in the company of the majority of entrepreneurs and you've never built your personal brand. So for all the kind of reasons, time, money, and I don't need it, or that's only for the established entrepreneurs, so whatever your reason is, I'm here for you to show you that an authentic brand is the right fuel for your vehicle. So, want me to give you a hand? Let's start. Oh, by the way, very important, when I say brand, I always mean business and brand, because they go like this, right? They go hand in hand. If you change something in your brand, you change something in your business. If you change something in your business, you change something in your brand. So they go, it's like wherever the one, they're like this. Because you're so many things I want to share with you. Okay, let's go to the next part. So a brand, let me put me over here. So a personal brand allows you to consciously differentiate yourself from your peers. Notice how I don't say competitors, because we're not in the 1990s anymore. It's peers, right? So it's fancy talk for don't fit in if you want to stand out, and know what makes you unique and use that everywhere, all the time. So for example, if there are 75 white, long-haired, shiny, skinny health coaches who drink their super green smoothies from mason jars and showing off their super tight abs and sharing super stuffed after one sip of my kale cucumber lemon infused smoothie, then you need to consciously differentiate yourself in order to be uniquely yourself and to attract the clients who want to be healthy but don't necessarily feel at home in the land of perfect. Because maybe that's not your, maybe it is, and maybe it's not. So when you build your personal branding around the ideas of, I want to look like my peers, then you will be very easily forgettable, because you are interchangeable. And it's And you don't want to compete with 75 women who all look the same. You want to look differently, okay? So are you with me? Your uniqueness and the fact that you are different is what brings you clients and impact. And ultimately, that's what brings in the money. So by the way, just to be clear, your personal brand is not your logo, it's not your font, it's not your brand colors or your website. That's your visual identity. And your visual identity is based on your personal brand. So your personal brand comes first. This is what traditional branding looks like. It's how you see yourself, how people see you, and in the intersection lives your personal brand. So this is the traditional way. The majority of personal brand experts will tell you a personal brand is what people say about you when you are not in the room. So it's you sort of leave it to them to decide on how they want to see you. Or a personal brand is how you want people to perceive you. And so there's nothing wrong with that. But it all comes from the mind. It lacks a heart, it lacks a soul, and it lacks a mind connection. I don't know about you, but if I cannot feel it, I'm just not interested. And if you can't feel it, I'm sure your clients can't feel it either. Enter Maya Angelou, who famously said that it's all about feeling. So she said, I've learned that people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. Thank you, Maya Angelou, for that. Now, let's go towards a more authentic personal brand. It's how you feel about yourself and what your soul clients feels about you. And when you intersect that, it's your personal brand. That's already different, right? Now, this radically changes the perspective of your personal brand, because the first layer is how you feel about yourself and what your soul client feels about you. And yes, you read that correctly, it's your soul client. And your soul client is a human being who completely connects with you and is in need of the products and services that only you can provide and will pay for what you deliver. Because only you can deliver it in this way and like you. Ask yourself, how do I make my soul clients and also my friends and family feel? And for extra points, we will get back to it later. Who are my soul clients? If you already know, share it, right? Pause the video, get your idea journal and write down the answer to how do I make my soul clients feel? It's really important that you know this. If you make them feel powerful or empowered or like they believe they can do it, if you make them feel they're loved, if you can make that happen, can you see the power that you've got and how important it is that they can always feel it and that it's always visible? Now we're going to add another layer. How you feel about yourself, what your soul clients feel about you, and your zone of genius. So your zone of genius, it's something that you constantly need to work on, right? There are a couple of things you always need to work on. Your soul clients, your zone of genius, all those things, because they grow all the time. Now your zone of genius is what comes to you naturally. It's something that is so incredibly easy to you that you cannot believe that anyone wants to pay for it. It's like, seriously? Why can't they do that themselves? It's very often a good indication that you're operating from your zone of genius. If it's incredibly easy for you to take a picture that looks really beautiful and you see everyone around you creating like horrible pictures and they got the same iPhone like you, same numbers, and their pictures are like crap, and your pictures are, whoa, definitely in your zone of genius. So mine is coaching and creating stuff like this and soul whispering, and I can connect to a larger group of people and connect to their souls. It works much faster than traditional coaching and it helped me to grow my business. So it's a keeper. I can talk to a client and within seconds receive divine downloads that allow me to co-create her unique brand. I can design a new course in under 5 minutes. It's annoyingly easy. It's something that I felt very much ashamed about because I didn't study soul whispering and I did study coaching, but I did all the other things. So I'm not sharing this to impress you, but as an example, because for a very long time I truly doubted the value of my own work. And we very mistakenly think that real value comes from hard work, from pain and a lot of tears. But real value comes from ease. I'm going to repeat that because it's so important. Real value comes from ease. Because it's just you giving the thing that you've been given by the universe or the divine, and you just hand it over. Hey, they gave it to me, I'm giving it to you. So I know for sure that you recognize something that comes super easy to you, right? So ask yourself and pause the video afterwards if you still need to find out more about your zone of genius. Ask yourself, what comes truly easy to me? What is my unique brilliance? What is in my zone of genius? And does my audience know about this unique gift of me? Do they know? Maybe they have no idea. Maybe you think they know. So figure this out. Pause. Do some journaling. Okay, here comes the next layer. How you feel about yourself, what your soul clients feels about you, your zone of genius, and self-love and acceptance. There we go. Now we're going in a completely different direction, right? Because the third layer of your authentic personal brand is self-love and acceptance. So why? Because we're building a brand that is authentic, that represents the best of you. So it must be rooted in you loving and accepting yourself completely, because you cannot expect your audience to adore you, to work with you and to trust you when you don't do so yourself. And self-love includes loving the extra kilos, your education. Like seriously? When do you think you've got enough degrees? Do you need to study more? Or is it okay? It's your messy and super shiny house. Both can work, right? The wrinkles or the lack of wrinkles, insecurity, your wealth, the website that somehow never seems to be perfect enough. Websites are never perfect, by the way. Or the fact that you are actually having a huge success and the people around you don't have that yet. So the moment you accept and love the whole enchilada, you inspire your audience to love and accept themselves too. It's so incredibly important. It means that you're not only practicing self-love and acceptance, you also lead by example. And what better way to create an impact than by leading by example? So Marianne Williamson said, and as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. And read that to yourself every day, because it's so profound. So do some journaling right now and ask yourself, what part of me do I try to hide because I'm ashamed about it? And how can I reverse that and wholeheartedly love and adore it? How do I use this unfair advantage to connect to my soul clients? What could my impact become when I combine courage, self-love and acceptance and step into the light instead of hiding behind my computer? What would happen? Like really, what would happen if you do that? So pause and journal. Now the next level is focusing on your soul client needs. So it's not just about you anymore. There's another layer of connection. So it's how you feel about yourself, what your soul clients feel about you, your zone of genius, self-love and acceptance, and then in the blue, focusing on your soul client's needs. So understanding what your soul client really needs. Are you a brave entrepreneur, like multi-passionate and sensitive and fiercely bright, then this is the layer you need to understand and implement. I know you can basically do anything once you set your mind to it, but it's your job to fully understand what it is that your soul client needs from you, because it's something that only you can provide. So, for instance, if you are a psychotherapist, a singer, a pattern designer, and also a collector of late 19th century spoons and a German language teacher who offers everything you know to everyone, it is not going to work. Never, no exception, because you cannot be everything to everyone. However, once you find out that your soul client really longs to express herself more freely, you can combine your singing and therapy experience and create a unique service that only you can provide. So utilize your personal brand to create focus on this specific service. Think about it as aiming a spotlight on your unique service. So focus only on what becomes visible in the beam of light, while all the other knowledge and experience are temporarily out of sight. Is that clear? It's like focus. And it's still there. You do not need to push it out, because you cannot push it out. It's just make the part that will help your client bigger than the rest. Okay? So ask yourself, and pause the video if you want to, what is it that my soul client really needs from me? Am I only doing what I think works, or can I focus more on what my soul client really needs from me? Okay, so pause if you need, and then we go to the next level. Courage and vulnerability. So again, how you feel about yourself, what your soul client feels about you, your zone of genius, self-love and acceptance, focused on soul client needs, courage and vulnerability. Now, courage and vulnerability is the fifth layer. So I never said it was going to be easy, but courage and vulnerability is paramount in your unapologetically authentic personal brand. You want to create massive impact? Well, that requires courage and vulnerability. Leading by example, right? Remember? It means sharing personal things. It means being open. It means getting to the light. It means not doing this. It means be a leader. Stand out. Not by sheer force, because that's old, or by screaming louder than the others, or by posting 10,000 videos a day, even though it might work, but it's only do that when it really works, right? And when it's grounded in courage and vulnerability. What you do is showing the real you to your audience. So this is more than a simple action on your to-do list. This is courage and vulnerability, and it can hurt because it's deep. And our overprivileged ego is also not a big fan. It thinks like, nah, let's not do that. Because people will think something. And so courage and vulnerability in your brand means no more hiding behind whatever kinds of wall you have been hiding before. Unless you do daily unprepared Facebook lives when you are a huge perfectionist. Or you stand up at a business conference and speak your truth while your knees are trembling because public speaking is a big fear. Or cry during a video message instead of biting through the pain. Or you have the guts to say, you know what? I really don't know the answer to this. When you're used to being the expert of everything. You haven't, unless you've done something like that, you haven't had the courage to be touched and to touch others. So let that sink in. And here's a word of warning. Misusing vulnerability and courage as a way to primarily get more clients or gain success, and I see that happening, it's so ugly. Don't do it. Or to make yourself small, like, don't mind me, I'm just a little girl. It's not only a very bad idea, but your audience will feel when it doesn't come from a place of integrity. So we don't do that, right? You can touch others and share your light and your greatness when you let go of your armor and let others touch you. So Brené Brown said, vulnerability is the birthplace of love, belonging, joy, courage, empathy, and creativity. It is the source of hope, empathy, accountability, and authenticity. If we want greater clarity in our purpose or deeper and more meaningful spiritual lives, vulnerability is the path. If you connect everything, personal brand is living in here. So your authentic personal brand lives in the intersection of self-love and acceptance, your client needs, vulnerability and courage, how you feel about you and your clients, and how your clients feel about you, and your zone of genius, like a baby safely tucked in its crib. Your brand will create the impact that you want to make when it's congruent with you and with the soul of your business. Your brand is a living, breathing being. It will make you smile, not unlike a proud aunt or a mother or grandmother looking at a child. It will generating happiness, yours and your audience. It will surprise, bring light and clarity, and it will grow with you and for you. In short, your unapologetically authentic, brave brand is a manifestation of pure love. Now, let that sink in. And now, the question is, are you ready to create an authentic, brave brand and change the world? And are you ready for that? Bye.